welcome everyone to this. Welcome to this race review. This is the 2014 Ford Ecoboost 400 at Homestead race review here. This is the final race review I'll be doing this year. But but for any new fans or longtime fans of this channel, and 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 who have recently discovered this show, or have been watching it since the first episode, I do have something to say. This series will definitely be coming back next year. But I must say, these race reviews only recap the sprint races. I'm not exactly willing to recap like truck and Xfinity races, because I simply do not have enough time to do all three. So I will only be recapping sprinter races, and and so because of that, the next race review is gonna start after next year's Sprint Unlimited right here. And possibly, if you go down into the description, you will find something that says something like, I may also possibly invite guests right here. This is not something that is guaranteed, but it is possible. So if any of you out there, are like new fans or like longtime fans, and people who watch NASCAR, closely, or whatever, I don't know who. I don't know. I might possibly invite you. So, and if you are interested, you can like post like a comment, and I'll see what I can do next year. So anyway, let's talk about this race. This is the final race of the season. But there were definitely a lot of finals. This was the final race of 2014. This was the final race in the chase. This was the final race for ESPN for at least the next 10 years. This was the final race for Carl Edwards and Roush. This was the final race for Tara Bain at the Wood Brothers. This was the final sprint cup race ever for Marcus Ambrose. Because he's going back to Australia to drive for Roger Penske in those V8 supercars. This is the last race ever for crew chief Jimmy Fenning, who has been a crew chief for 4 decades now. So there was definitely a lot of finals here, and I must say, I guess for me, ESPN has kind of been very special to me in NASCAR, because my first year of watching NASCAR was 2007, and now and now and that was the start of this like 8-year ESPN era right here. But I must say, for at least the next like 10 years, I think it was the right time for NASCAR to leave it here, because honestly, in my opinion, I think ESPN is just simply more invested into the sports like basketball, baseball, and football here, and I think slowly over time, NBC Sports and just simply NBC in general is more invested into like racing right here, because IndyCar races are held on NBC Sports and several other sports leagues are here. So 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 yeah, but all so yeah, so I can't wait for 2014 from 2015, when NASCAR returns to NBC. And I guess what also makes it feel a little more exciting is because for no reason, I just feel like like the peak of NASCAR happened during the like Fox NBC era that lasted from like 2001 to 2006. We're here. And I guess it also makes me feel excited, and I don't exactly know why I get this feeling, but and this is just for the Sprint Cup series, not for the other 2 series. I'm somehow getting the feeling that like 2015 may just be one of the best NASCAR years ever on the Sprint Cup series, just the Sprint Cup series. I don't know why I'm getting that feeling, but I, I'm just I'm just I'm just staying true. I'm just staying true and holding on to that like prediction. But Personally, for watching this race, I guess throughout like half of the race, I was just like simply I was just like simply thinking about like 20, I was just like simply thinking about like 2015 right here, and I gotta say just like simply like recapping like 2014. I think 2014 was definitely a great year on the Smith series, but I also think it was just simply a great year overall for NASCAR. There were so many like different like winners, a lot of, like first time winners, um, and new champions, and new champions such as Chase Elliott. So there's my like nationwide shout out right there. But 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 anyway, so looking at my like pre-race notes are here. The four drivers remaining were Harvick, Hamlin, Logano, and Newman right here. So entering this race, none of those drivers had won a championship before. Hamlin came the closest uh, to second back in 2010. Yeah. Um, so yeah, because of that, no matter who won, we were going to have like a new NASCAR champion, and I definitely think like a new NASCAR champion is good for the sport, because in that case, because in the last like several years, there have just like simply been like drivers who have just like who have just who have just like gotten like overshadowed by like I don't know by like the like success of like Jimmy, and more recently like Brad, you know. So I think so I definitely think like seeing like a new champion win is going to give a lot of us give a lot of us the feeling that like um that's just not that it's just not the like Jimmy Johnson era, you know. So so yeah here. So and as far as like other previous notes in here, obviously the last time Homestead got reconfigured in 2003. So and since then the surface is now 10 years old, not 10 years old, 11 years old here. So rough surface are here. So on a rough racetrack, finding grip is important here, and there's not a lot of grip on these like rough racetracks here. So because of that, uh, the, the tires can fall off super fast right here. Um, and Jeff Gordon and Jeff Gordon got on the pole right here, and he actually I think it was Jeff Gordon's 77 pole right here, and it was Rick Hendrick's 200 pole. And fine. And I just got like put this out here. The, before the restart right here, the last in race report was Jimmy Johnson, and I guess and I must say I was actually pretty excited to see him, because Jimmy Johnson is like rarely ever the in race. He's like rarely ever the in race supporter right here. But I don't know. But but before I move into what actually happened in the race right here, I just want to go through the finishing order right here. So the final finishing order of the season: Kevin Harvick, Ryan Newman, Brad Keselowski, Paul Menard, Jamie McMurray, Matt Kenseth, Denny Hamlin, Clint Blair, Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Gordon, Kurt Busch, Kasey Kahne, Kyle Larson, Dale Jr., Justin Allgaier, Logano, Jerks Jr., Patrick, Almirola, Mears, Michael McDowell, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Ryan Vickers, Reed Sorensen, Austin Dillon, Cole Witt, Marcus Ambrose, Brian Scott, Landon Cassill, David Riggin, David Gillen, Josh Wise, Alex Bowman, Carl Edwards, Michael Nett, Brett Moffitt, J.J. Yeley, Blake Cook, Kyle Busch, A.J. Allmendinger, Greg Biffle, Trevor Bayne, and Tony Stewart right here. So that is first to 43rd right here. But anyway, now let's move on. So now let's like move on to the racing here. So during so pretty much three of the four chasers started inside the top 12, I believe, and even qualified 21st here. But as shown in this race, and they actually said at some point during the race of how Newman is always better in the race than he is in both practices and qualifying. Right here. So throughout So throughout the race, it was just simply it was just like simply like because because Gordon led the most laps, and I honestly thought like Gordon was going to like win right here. But other than Gordon, it was pretty much the like Harvick, Logano, and Hamlin show, and Newman and Newman and Newman eventually did get up into the like top like 5-6 zone right here. Um, but but of course obviously in that like moment, um, the only way I could see Newman winning the championship because under this chase format, the winner of the champion is the highest finisher right here. Because of that, because of that, the only way I saw like Newman winning the championship in that moment right there was was if everyone else in front of him had issues. Other three cars did have major issues late in the race right here. And I guess the other thing to like point out here is that there were I believe like 12 cautions. I believe I, I believe right here, yeah, 12 cautions are here, and several of them came for debris right here. But other than debris, several of them came out for like um a lot from cars simply hitting the wall, because we saw because we saw like drivers like like Blake, like Blake Cook, Carl Edwards, Greg Biffle, Marcus Ambrose, AJ Allmendinger. Several drivers are here just simply make contact with the wall here. And I think and I think since like so many cars that hit the wall, it eventually brought out debris from damage from their cars right there. I think I said that right here. And I must say, and I must say, and I must say, and I must say, obviously in the months, in obviously in the months like heading up to this race right here, they were talking. There was a lot of talk in NASCAR, but also in the like blogosphere about like uh, pit strategy here, and we didn't really see a lot of, like pit strategy from like any of like the four remaining chasers. And I think a lot of it just simply had to do with like they all start like so close to each other. They all started like so they were all up front together here. So there was technically no reason for someone like Hamlin or Newman to like take like two tires because if they like took because if they like did that, it was only going to like advance them like 3 spots, pretty much, So not very much like pit strategy, and that was kind of like one thing that I wasn't expecting to see right here. But then right here we just uh we are just like simply we are just like simply going to have to like skip to uh the events are here, and I guess also as like other news, like I guess also as like other important like news like put out there here, because Tony Stewart went to the garage. The 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 15 consecutive like winning streak by Tony Stewart officially came to an end tonight right here. And I guess and I gotta say I did feel like pretty like bad for Tony Stewart because this year has just simply not been this year has just like simply not been like an easy year for him. I definitely do feel like bad for Tony Stewart and all he has gotten through, and I guess and I guess and I guess another driver that I definitely do feel like bad for is like Kyle Busch right here, because Kyle Busch actually had like a top 5 car right here. um but unfortunately but unfortunately I believe on the like second pit stop, I believe, um the during during a cycle of like caution pit stops are here. um there was an issue with the jack, and the team broke an axle right here, and that was unfortunately just a very like rough way to like end your season right here because I felt like because I felt like once like the chase started, Kyle Busch, especially after the like first round, he seemed to be like a serious like championship right there, and then unfortunately ever since he got caught up in that incident at Talladega, which eventually resulted in him getting eliminated. It was just unfortunately a very like rough year, a rough year, you know. So I definitely feel bad for Cowboys because it always just seems like every year they can't really catch a lot of like breaks, you know. But I do think like Kyle Busch is getting better is getting better, and I think definitely we will see in the following years Kyle Busch to be an even like stronger championship contender right here, you know. So pretty much okay, so pretty much entering the last like 50 laps or so, you know, it was as far as like the battle as far as like the battle for like the championship right here. um Gor- Gor- Gordon Gordon was like miles ahead of like everyone else here, and it was just like simply turning into the like Hamlin and Harvick show right here because what happened to Joe Logano right here, during a green flag run right here, he got up into the wall, and it really and, and it really upsetted his car here, and they never really actually in his interview he said that the the following pit stop that he did get fixed right here, but and he did get back in front, but then all of a sudden there were more issues, and I'll get to that in just like a moment right here. So as I was saying, it was just simply turning into the like Hamlin and Harvick show here, pretty much. I don't know. It might, and I got oh well, and I got say, and I just got to say here from like personal experience, from like personal, at home watching the couch. My family was obviously rooting for like Denny Hamlin, and I'm not exactly going to go into the specific reasons on why um, on why they were like rooting for like Hamlin, but on why they were like rooting for like Hamlin right here. But I was like never like ever on like the Hamlin like bandwagon right here because my personal pick to win the championship, and I actually have his car in my hand right now, it was actually Logano, but then during like the middle of the race right here, I eventually like said to myself, like I eventually like said to myself something like, if Logano does not like win this like championship right here, uh, I'm going to be rooting for like Kevin Harker here. But heading oh well but heading oh well but heading into the like late stages of the race here, um Gordon Gordon was pretty much always like the first car to come off like pit road here. And unfortunately, Logano and Newman just keep on just like kept on having like slow stop after like slow stop right here, and then and then and then right here and then right here. Well, I think fine. I don't have it here in my notes, but I think a caution came out at around like lap like 2:48 here, and then and then here's the thing, lap 2:48, 19 more laps to go right here, and everyone on the track didn't need to like pit right here. They all had enough they all had enough to like make it right here. Um, but I don't know, and 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 here's and here's and here and here is what happened here. There pit stops came on lap 249. Pit stops came on lap 249 here under caution. Jeff Gordon and Danny Hamlin stayed out right here. So they stayed out, and everyone else came down pit road here. And we saw a lot. And during pit road, we saw a lot happen right here. Kevin Harvick fell back, and Kevin Harvick had to like restart in like the 12th spot right here. Logano lost his championship because his crew member had a mistake right here. Um, and 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 they had jack and they had like jack issues and they had like jack issues and unfortunately those issues were like so serious. um he pretty much lost all of like the speed right here. Logano got like knocked out right here, and the Newman started a couple positions behind Harvick right here. So Gordon and Hamlin are 1-2 right here, and Harvick and Newman are like outside the top 10 right here at this point. At this point, with like 17 laps to go, this looked to be Hamlin appeared to have this like championship like in the bag right here. And then right here and then right here on the restart right here, Gordon Hamlin 1-2. Denny Hamlin takes the lead. Denny Hamlin takes the lead away from Jack Gordon right here, and Harvick and Newman were able to make their way up through the field right here. But they needed a caution if they were going to catch Hamlin right here, and thankfully right here on lap 255 our 11 caution came out right here, or might actually have been like 12 caution here. I don't exactly remember now. Caution number 11 here when Alex Bowman and Blake Cook, I believe, tangled in one of like the turns right here, and then all of a sudden here we see a lot of confusion here. Jeff Gordon currently second. Jeff Gordon currently second right here comes down to pit road. He didn't need to come down pit road right here. And I know that there are probably probably conspiracy theories like out there saying things like Jeff Gordon came down pit road just to move Harvick and Newman up so Harvick and Newman could win the championship right here. And there probably and there probably are conspiracy theories like out there like already here, but definitely Jeff Gordon's choice to come down pit road was definitely a strange one right here. But nevertheless he rallied back up right here to finish to finish inside the top 10 here. So it wasn't like so it wasn't like that big of like a loss for here, but definitely but definitely but definitely obviously like hours later that choice is like still like making me like scratch like my head right here. So now all of a sudden right here at lap 259 a restart right here. And Kevin Harvick, who restarted sixth right here, was on the move. And unfortunately, the last two restarts for Hamlin did not simply go his way. Did not like simply go his way right here because pretty much the thing that like caused Hamlin to like get like bad restarts here was actually two things. Homestead's like old surface here because we have seen because we have like seen at like Atlanta and at Chicagoland right here when they race on like old surfaces right here. One lane is just like simply like never going to like work right here. but also Hamlin was also on like old tires right here. So fortunately, I don't know. So fortunately Hamlin wasn't really able to like overcome those two issues, because if Hamlin did overcome those like two issues, he would have like won the championship most likely. But right here on so the restart. So the green flag comes back. The green flag comes back here. The green flag comes back out on lap 259 here. Hamlin spins the tires right here, and Harvick goes from a sixth to second right here. And then the following lap, Kevin Harvick takes the lead away right here, and then all of a sudden here lap 262, caution number 12 or 13 right here for debris. And I and I and I believe at the time right here, Harvick was leading and Ryan Newman was second right here. So Harvick Newman one two right here, and and they did talk and they did talk about this like during the race, and in the pre-race right here, that it's kind of is that is that it was kind of ironic right here to see Harvick and Newman are here, because last year they were in like opposite rides right here. So Harvick and Newman started 1-2 right here. Harvick elected the outside right here, Newman on the inside, and Denny Hamlin restarted right here. So obviously at this point, I think a lot of us, I think a good portion of us like NASCAR fans came to the like conclusion that like Hamlin was not going to like win. It was pretty much going to be like Harvick versus Newman right here. But then also here restart restart here on lap two. Restart on lap 265 right here. Denny Hamlin once again sadly messes up the restart here, and I did actually feel like pretty, and I did actually feel pretty bad for like Denny Hamlin right here, because Denny Hamlin has tried so many times right here, and it just came out up like this short right here. But then all of a sudden, a restart here, Harvick and Newman 1-2 right here, and Newman definitely gave Harvick a run for his money right here, because Newman, because Newman was simply not going to like give upper here, but the Newman, just simply on the final lap right there, he just simply did not have the speed, the, the, the speed and the amount of time right here to catch up to Harvick, to catch up and possibly like pass him right here. So coming to the checker flag, Harvick wins the race and the championship. Newman right here is the runner up. Hamlin finished 7th right here, and Joey Logano ended up in 16th right here. So winning the race and the championship right here. It's not something that we normally see in NASCAR. The last time that happened was actually 3 years ago with Tony Stewart in 2011 right here. But I don't know, and I was definitely, and I was definitely very excited to see Harvick win the championship right here, because this is Kevin Harvick's like 14th season right here, and he's come close a few times right here, and definitely, and I gotta say for me, and I think I speak for like a lot like NASCAR fans out there, it definitely did feel relieving right here, and good to see him like do good right here. but 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 because honestly, because honestly, right after Phoenix are here, and heading into into this like final race here, when I when I looked, when I when I like looked at this like final four here, I eventually decided to myself right here that 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 I wasn't that I wasn't going to be like mad no matter like who won the champ no matter like who won the championship here. But I think Harvick I think Harvick definitely deserve it here because Harvick led over 2,000 he led over like 2,000 laps, and I believe at one point they said they said they said that that is like the second most ever in a NASCAR champion like champion season here. I don't know what the most I don't know what the most is or what year that came from or what driver it came from or what driver it came from. If anyone knows, they can like post a comment right here below because I would be interested to see who like holds that like record right here. But I think Harvick definitely is it right here. They worked hard and they were fast all year and they overcame and they overcame a lot right here because honestly because honestly because honestly Kevin Harvick had like some like issues right here and Kevin Harvick did not have those like issues did not have those like issues right here. Kevin Harvick probably would have had like 10 wins, maybe, you know. So, on a but he definitely overcame a lot here. You know, he overcame a lot of the issues. He overcame a lot of the issues. He overcame the issues that happened on the track and on pit road here. And I was just simply and I was just like simply very happy right there. I think Harvey definitely deserved it, and I definitely have to congratulate him on winning his first championship right here. And I will, and I think it will, and I think it will be, and I think it will definitely be interesting to see where Harvick goes in the following years down the road right here. You know, and I got and I got and I gotta say for like Newman and Hamlin right here, despite not getting despite not getting like as much like attention as like Logano or Gordon or Johnson or Bush, they definitely based off based off based off of like these like 10 races right here, they definitely deserved to finish in the spots that they were that they ended up in right there. So I definitely feel very excited, that they finished like right there, but so anyway, that's pretty much all I have to say about that race here. When this like like chase format was announced, it almost it almost just like seemed like that like everyone like hated this format, and I got to say and I got to say for myself, I absolutely hated this format at the beginning here, but I think simply as the races I think simply as the races like as the races like went on right here, and by the time and by the time that we went into the chase and then just like I don't know and then just like watching those like and then just like watching those like 10 chase races right here. Um, it was definitely watching those races was like taking I don't know was was like taking like a very like fun adventure and all 10 and all 10 of these like chase races, they simply just felt like historic, and I think and I think and I definitely think that like this like 2014 like chase format and these like chase and these like 10 chase races are going to be are going to be are going to be like races to remember. Definitely, definitely are here. So, so pretty much, I don't know. So pretty much, I don't really think I have like that much to like say right here. I think I've like said like everything that I can say right here, and I must and I want to say whether you're watching this live, or whether you're watching this in the days weeks, or months after this is like published right here, I just want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for watching this uh this race review right here. Thank you for watching this like race review right here, and I definitely do have a fun time talking about these like races right here. NASCAR. NASCAR was the first sport that I got like into, and it will always be my like favorite sport to watch right here. So anyway, that's pretty much all I have to say. All I have to say right here. Be sure to rate, comment, subscribe, and bye. Congrats to Kevin Harvick on winning the 2014 NASCAR Sprint Cup Series championship.